Mesmer Spear is without a doubt one of my favorites and one of the coolest weapons in the entire game. Most people are using it wrong though. We know this thing absolutely shreds in PvE, and it definitely does in PvP too, but you have to use it a bit differently than you might think to see the best results. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips that'll help you succeed with this weapon in PvP. Tip number 1, the startup of the weapon art has armor on it, meaning you can tank through at least one hit. This does even include two-handed colossal weapon attacks without getting staggered. So I almost want to say it's better used defensively to interrupt your opponent, but it really just depends on the situation that you're in. Tip number 2, the follow-up is usually pretty avoidable because most people will start to panic roll after getting hit by that first attack. So the trick here is to delay the follow-up just slightly to better catch your opponent in between their rolls. And tip number 3, don't always go for that second follow-up with the weapon art. I get it, it's like the coolest fucking part, right? But it can leave you wide open if they avoid it. So only use it if you know it'll kill. See how long it took me to dodge after? However, the recovery after the first follow-up is minimal, so you can quickly follow up with a regular attack, spell, or a dodge. The spells we're going with are Fire Serpent right in front, Catch Flame, Giant's Flame Take Thee, and of course, Mesmer's Orb. And then we're using Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength for the buffs. Fire Knight's Seal for the extra 15% damage on our Mesmer incantations, which are Fire Serpent and Mesmer's Orb. As for the armor, we are wearing Mesmer's Helm because it gives us that 3% damage increase on the Mesmer incantations, as well as another 8% on the weapon art for the spear. And then the rest of the Mesmer set, because we want to be Mesmer. And for the Talismans, we're going to be using Crimson Amber Medallion plus 3, because the armor doesn't really grant that much damage negation, so we are kind of squishy, but this helps with some extra survivability. Box Canvas for 8% increase on all our incantations. Shard of Alexander, you already know why. And then Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. The cool thing about this, it will actually trigger right on, like when you stab, when you do the triple stabs on the weapon art, right on that first one, it'll start to trigger. So anything you do after that, you'll just get extra damage from there. And last but not least, for our Wondrous Physick, you already know we have to do the Flame Shroud and Crack tier for that extra fire damage. And then I chose the Oil Soak tier. I know a lot of people may find this maybe not useful or kind of inconsistent. I do like it for this weapon because it'll get applied right when you use the first part of the weapon art. So after you do that Flame Swipe, because you're already so close to your opponent, the oil effect will get applied, and then whatever follow-up you're able to connect with after that will do that extra damage, so I do think it is nice. If you were curious about the stats, here they are, with the main focus in Vigor, Dexterity, and Faith, and this build does sit at level 200. Now it is time to show it off in some invasions. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy.
Oh.